Look around, we do shirts normally, but we got called on last week, and so what we're doing is going to be making a lot of stuff for the mask, the nurses foundation that's set up, and we're also providing the industry as much as we can. A lot of the stuff we do in the retail line, the fabric we have, since a lot of the apparel industry is closed, is going to be prints. We got some really cool ones for the girls, and then we have some really cool ones for the guys. And a lot of people like the novelty ones just because it's really super fun. We're going to be doing some of that. She's going to pick up immediately. Then we're going to do solids, and also brought a pattern that we're going to be working on today so they can cover up their masks, which normally they throw away, but they have to keep so many times that if they cover it, it's going to save it a lot longer than their normal being. I joined up with her because she's an advocate for nurses, and when I heard the stories of what's going on, it's something that we have to do because it's kind of all hands have to be on deck for this one. We also got some mills on board that are going to deliver some fabric, and so we're going to be able to support the home sewers since there's so many of them out there that can't get material. And in the meantime, we'll be working overtime and Saturdays. So as much as we can make, we'll be making in the next until they get adequately resupplied, which they're talking about May. The shortage comes from where the stuff is made is they have their own emergencies, and they went through all the masks, the surpluses before this even happened. So we're making them here. We make them locally, and we can make about 8,000 a week, which is not enough, but we're enlisting some other people that are volunteering their time, and if everybody's on board, we can make a lot, and we'll survive. We'll do what we can, and there's a lot of people have reached out to do this. If you know anybody who's interested in doing the home sew, you can reach her.
And my name is Julie Boyer. So what we did is I'm a registered nurse, and I've been a nurse for 22 years, and my entire career, we've always been told, mask up. This is I don't think a lot of people understand the difference between the masks. This is an N95. When people talk about N95s, it's called a 95 because it blocks out 95% of the viruses, and it has to be fit tested to you. So every year, nurses, respiratory therapists, medical assistants, anybody who wears an N95 has to be fit tested. This is not something you should be wearing to the grocery store right now, or ever really. This is only for medical purposes. And everybody is scared right now, and I understand that, and the fear is real, and people really do need to start taking this very, very seriously. This is a general surgical mask. This blocks out 50 to 60% of the viruses, and this is a great tool if you are going to the grocery store, or if you work in medicine right now. This is what's being provided to the majority of medical workers, because this is really all that we have left. These N95s are meant to be a one-time use product, but almost everybody that I know across the United States right now is using this product all day long, and sometimes for days and days and days on end. So when Terill came in on Friday and we met, our idea was to make protective coverings for these N95s. And then that way you can get more use out of the N95 product by laundering the mask that's going to be custom fitted to this mask in particular. But our even bigger project right now is making a mask that this mask will fit into. So we've been hard at work designing this mask that will actually be in lots of different colors. Terill owns an Aloha shirt company. He's not a mask maker by trade, but due to the current emergency, he's switched over all of his operations now to making masks for everybody. So the masks that he's making for us in medicine are different than the masks that people can purchase, and people can purchase the masks, everybody can, off of his website. They do not come with these inside, they're just fabric masks. However, the greatest thing about them is 70 to 80% of the people that carry this virus have absolutely no symptoms at all. So that means you are going to be a transmitter. If you wear one of these simple cloth masks over your face when you go out in public, you're going to decrease the rate of transmission. So even though you may not think, oh, an occasional little sneeze or a cough, if you're out and you touch something, this virus can live for 3 to 12 hours on a doorknob, on a toilet seat. So it's really important that everybody keeps their mouth and nose covered as much as possible, because even though you might not have any symptoms at all, you could be one of the ones that's transmitting this to everybody and not even know it. So that's why it's super important that everybody wear a cloth mask. The other thing that we realized in this is simple air conditioning filters. These, if you buy the right ones from Home Depot, Lowe's, Grainger, Amazon, if you can find them, these will actually protect you against 90% of the viruses. They are more effective than your surgical mask. These are 50, these are 90. So this is just your basic air conditioning grid that you put in, that you change. Should be every 3 to 6 months. I'm a bad homeowner.
I would say, I also want to bring up something too, is a lot of people hoarded these masks and they're in desperate need at the hospitals.
Yes.
If you're one of those hoarders, turn them in, because they need them more than you